All right, guys, we're here with the first break, and then we'll do them 1, 2, 3, 4 in order. I have not opened any of these products. I've not seen them open. I was going to say they look like they'd be a cool product to break. I asked about them. Other people said the concept was cool, so we're just rolling with it. If everybody enjoys kind of what's broken and inside them, and I'll order more. I was gonna say the guy said he had more. I just didn't place an official order because I wanted to open some first before I went and ordered like another 3 cases of each box or whatever else, and we get too deep and it's not something that the group enjoys or whatever. So I have never personally opened any of these, so if they're great, wonderful. If they're not so great, I apologize. If they're not so great, as in like no one really likes them, we'll figure out something to do to at least do a giveaway with something that's sports related. But I don't think they're going to be a bad product. I've never seen anybody so excited that somebody hit them up about their product and like excited to sell it to somebody, to where I think it's going to be a bad product after talking to the owner of the company that makes this super, I believe they're called Super Breaks. Yeah, superbreaksports.com. So he seems really excited about it. So these boxes are going to be 2 relics per box. This is Pieces of the Past One-Time Edition Series 2. These are going to be 8 relics per box. Their packs are pretty unique, so they're almost like, I don't know how to explain them. They remind me if you've ever bought like any, I guess, tobacco from like for your like a hookah pipe or something, I guess is how the bags remind me of. So we will see. Makes it a little bit hard to open. Didn't even open that all the way. Oh, they come pre-sleeved. Starting out, we have Pablo Picasso. An original relic of Pablo Picasso. So that's going to P. And Michael Weiss. What are these? These are like, they look like they're 55. They are 55 point. Okay. So they look like they're 55 point. So Pablo Picasso to start us off. Let's say I might have. I don't. Oh, there we go. I might have to go get scissors though. Holy smokes. Next up, we have Wolfgang Mozart. Looks like a piece of musical score. An authentic relic. The front of this card, it just explains what a relic could possibly be. But this is Mozart going to M. And Mike McGarity. So we got some music and we got an artist. And to the other thing, so this is going to be 8 packs in a box. I did order their 2 more premium products that are going to be a little bit expensive. I'll probably try to use them as mixers. Same kind of thing, we'll probably just mix them. Alright, there's going to be packs like this. Let me go see if I can find a pair of scissors that aren't completely jacked. Hold on 1 second. I didn't realize they were. I knew their sports cards came like this, but I'll be right back, guys. I think it'll just be easier if I take scissors rather than me trying to rip this open and something goes flying by accident. Hold on. The only scissors I could find are ones that are like busted, so I don't know where my good scissors are at, but these will work to at least get the packs open. Look, man, maybe I just like showing my raw strength, alright? This is actually a Ben Franklin, and they're upside down. So I'll put that in there correctly, because who wants an upside down Ben Franklin? Authentic relic. It doesn't say necessarily where it's from, but good old Ben Franklin going to the Fs. Going to John Roman. I wish they would hand. There's another pair somewhere in here, Dylan. I don't know where they're at. Oh, this is... it like starts up here, so let me get a corner, I think. Try to open this from the bottom, maybe. There's Pablo Picasso, Mozart, and Ben Franklin. Sorry, this one was really thin. Much thinner than the other cards. This is J.H. Holiday. Doc Holiday. Actually, I'm going to put this in a regular sleeve, because this... does it fit in a regular sleeve? Sure it does. The thick sleeve was absolutely murder for this card. So you got a Doc Holiday. Going to the H's. And Rob Gervin. See, this one's all the way at the top. I feel like that creepy guy that's at the Walmart filling up packs to see if you can get the relic. Look at this thing. Oh. 2 for the price of 1. Let's see. We have an Abraham Lincoln, which is the L. Okay, so the openings is at the top. Authentic relic. I'm assuming it's something he signed at the bottom. That's just a piece of a relic that he signed. Because it's definitely a typed relic. So we got Lincoln, and then we're going to have George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. So the W's and the J's, Keith and Mike Fick, are going to have to figure this out. I'm going to put this in a regular sleeve. Assuming it's a document that both of them signed at some point in time. A good old Thomas Jefferson, George Washington. We'll have to random that one. Lily bought like an extra pack of scissors for the shop too. Who is this? Annie Oakley? The thick sleeves are kind of annoying. I hope no one minds that I'm taking them out of the thick sleeve and putting them in a sleeve where they're not going to slide it around as much. Annie Oakley, she looks like a Westerner. I know my world history and the presidents and stuff, but... Oh, this is not... They don't do anything where it's like absolute bombs. Like, There is, like, some of the things can be a little suspect, I guess, but... Oh, here's the man. Ronald Reagan on the R's. There's a lot of talk about Ronald Reagan here with the election coming up. He was upside down. We gotta. This is the card you put in the thick sleeve because the memorabilia is actually thick. I don't like it. I don't know who Annie Oakley is. No. They are not numbered. But apparently what the guy was saying is these are like randomly like from the 8 years since they've been making the product. So it's like that's why I said that the checklist is so big that he couldn't give me a checklist because it's from like every single product they've ever made, all thrown together like extras of it. I guess I'm not sure. I don't know how they produce it, to be honest. But that's what he made it seem like. We have a Washington, Adams, and Jefferson triple. Gonna be Shawn Michael, Mike again, and then Keith on the triple relic. Heartbreak. Every time I think about that, I think he spells it different. I just want to know if Georgie can get one by himself. There we go. We got Franklin Delano Roosevelt. FDR. Stamp of the past. Robbie probably knows of that. D should have top of my head, I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. We got another Abe Lincoln. Could be part of the same relic. Going to Austin Fishback. What if this stamp is worth any money? Like, I'm assuming that's the actual 3-cent stamp. I'm assuming they put it in a card pack. It's probably not the most valuable stamp, but I know you collect like coins, and I'm assuming you probably mess with stamps some. I could be wrong on that. But I know you collect money, like paper money and coins, so I figured you might know something about stamps. Got another Thomas Jefferson and George Washington. Maybe you guys that have the other one can split and just... So you guys can maybe just do a random where each of you get one. That way nobody goes empty-handed. I know there's some guys that just are like double or nothing. But maybe you guys could split since it's the same two guys, George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. Although this one's red, so I wonder if it's maybe just bigger pieces. It doesn't say like what the exact document is, so I guess it's from different products. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, we got Prince Harry and the news relics. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, but no Meghan Markle here, just Prince Harry. The royal wedding. It's actually a little bit thicker. I don't know if that's like part of the invitation card or... Man, 75 points. Too much. Let's see. No, 50. 55 works. That's what I was going to say. We'll just random who gets a bigger piece. That's going to go to H and Rob. Well, I would assume that there's not going to be any X's. I just didn't want to leave out any letters just in case. That's why they got paired with something. And I don't know what would be I either. If I'm being 100% honest. I was going to say, like, there's a couple letters where I was like, they probably don't have any cards, so I probably could have maybe put them with, like, M or something like that, but I was thinking M, there's a lot of guys that are more, like, more than just presidents for M. We're going to have James, speaking of M, we have James Madison. Going to Mike McGarity. Because the one box has like more modern things, so I was thinking of like you might get like a John McEnroe or a Marilyn Monroe, or you have Madison, you have another president. Monroe was one of the presidents too, right? So, oh. Johannes Gutenberg, the man that invented the printing press. Going to G. And Tom Stanley. And Tom's first break. Kind of an important guy right there. There has not been any Howard Taft. I'm assuming based on the fact that this is only the first break. It could be we get another Abraham Lincoln. Going to Austin. My man Abe is showing up. Got George Washington on the W. No wood teeth relic though. Disappointing. We got Geronimo. Going to G. George, the George rookie card. The Iceman George Gervin, rookie. Tom as well in the Geronimo. I think I think it was Kyle mentioned if it was numbered. I think if they number them, it would even do better. Like if you numbered, you knew how many pieces came out of like whatever relic you got. There we go. Dwight D. Eisenhower. Going to Greg. We can leave him in the. Oh, the big boy sleeve don't fit in the top loaders. One's kind of like in the middle. I think if I make sure I cut it up here, there's no way for the relic to get up there. We have Nikola Tesla going to T and Sean Sprouse. This is a thicker one. Got an Abe Lincoln in the news relics. The newspaper he was in. An actual newspaper relic featuring Abe Lincoln. I don't know if that's from his time frame that he was president or just something that mentioned Abe from. Oh my lord. Take out the whole history box. What are you doing? Ben Franklin and George Washington a little overzealous here. Box literally just fell over. Has to have something good in it. The worst part is like the table's like tilted downward some. It's not like the boxes that fall over are just assholes. I was honestly whenever I got the products and opened it up, I was really worried that this was not going to have as many famous people or be as good as it is in the sense of like quality. Because if you look, like this is like some like homemade cardboard box. Whoa! That would be the Joe Biden, all right. Trump might be an asshole, but I don't think he's gonna croak anytime soon. We have Enzo Ferrari on the F going to John Roman. Nice colorful card there. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you're getting now. Like, if a Trump card gets hit, they're all going to roll over in their graves. We're going to have Richard Nixon on the end. Go to Steve Wachstein. Watergate relic. There has to be at least some D's, I would assume. There's because there's famous people with the last name Douglas. I just can't think of their first names right now. Yeah, he's right. Da Vinci could have some stuff in here. Like I said, I might have to edit the random list names some because I didn't have a checklist. So apparently that one's sealed a little bit lower. You have Jimmy Carter, best president ever. Go into Hernandez and Paco on the Jimmy Carter. There's also Joe Biden's in the product too, so I knew that was a B for sure, whether you like the guy or not. Get J.P. Morgan. He's probably rolling over in his grave the way his banks ran nowadays. Going to M and Mike McGarity. Jimmy Carter was a joke, buddy. Jimmy Carter is considered like to be one of the worst presidents, even by people that are big Democrats. We're going to have Crazy Horse. Going to H's and Rob Gervin. Don't think Horse is actually... Yeah, I was just kind of making a joke. I was going to say Jimmy Carter is definitely top 10 worst presidents. He came in a rocky spot, but he didn't do anything to help himself. Woodrow Wilson's a pretty bad one, too. I can't think of the guy. Another Abe Lincoln for Austin. There's another. I can't think of the guy that was right before Lincoln off the top of my head right now. I'm like so brain dead. I apologize, guys. Like, long day of looking at spreadsheets at work while trying to figure this out. We have another FDR stamp. Stamps of the past. Hopefully we don't get too many double ups, even though nice hit for the R's. And Frank Abe document, man. Got another triple. Lincoln, Franklin, and George Washington. I'm gonna have to restart my computer after this break. I was gonna say Facebook's acting goofy again, which means there might be something with my internet connection, but I don't know. Facebook just acts goofy in general. We got JFK. Let's go to Scott Duran in the case. Assuming this is going to be a news article of probably his assassination. Yep. It actually says it's a news relic from a news article talking about the assassination the day after it happened. Yep, that's it. I was going to say Buchanan. There you go. There's another B. I was going to say. But yeah, Buchanan's not the... normally one of the guys that's considered one of the worst presidents. Thomas Jefferson. I also wanted to say I have 4 cases of tribute coming, and that was pretty much me begging to get 4 cases of tribute. So, just a heads up. I mean, that's a good amount, but it's not as much as I wanted for the group. Yeah, Thomas Jefferson on the authentic relic. I don't know what this is of, but that's a dope relic picture of like a castle. We have Frank Calo on the jumbo. Frank Frida. I was like, Frank, that's a chick. I was like, can't judge anymore nowadays. My bad. I apologize. Frida. I apologize. I see the FR and this is Frank going to the case. And Scott Durant. It's just been a day. I was trying to fix something at work that was literally just a bunch of spreadsheet stuff because somebody jacked it up and I was trying to fix it. Oh, we got a 6-way airborne. This is going to get a little dicey here. Let's see who it is. It's all in cursive too, man. They don't teach cursive anymore. What's this guy doing? We have Wilbur Wright, Amelia Earhart, Orville Wright. And we're going to have Lindbergh, Howard Hughes, and Bessie Coleman. I was going to say, we're going to have to go... it's going to take quite the random. Nobody owns 50%, right? Yeah. So, I have to have a discussion. Dope relic, though. I mean, other than me maybe have to adjust the list some. Yeah, you have all the Abe Lincolns, bud. Oh, this is a big card. What is going on? It's like the whole packet. We have Carnegie, Ford, and Morgan, the evil trio. we got that's going to C, F, and M. Yeah, you have a couple M's. We'll have to put in the Hernandez and Paco, John Roman, and Mike into a group. We have Henry Ford for F. John Roman. My man Stonewall Jackson going to J. Such a good general, just on the wrong side of history. Going to Mike on the I and the J. Him and Robert E. Lee were really good. We're going to have Charles Babbage going to the B. So we were asking if there's a B. There is. Going to Jose Garcia. Charles Babbage. We have Ulysses S. Grant going to G and Tom Stanley. Got Thomas Jefferson on the big patch. Go to Jay and Mike. Albert Einstein on E. Going to Greg Adams. Machine Gun Kelly for K, going to Scott Duran. All right, where's Eminem to take care of this guy? If you know, you know. If you don't listen to rap and you have no clue what I'm talking about. Let's see. Let's get the last one. I think there's a chance at autos. I could be wrong. I know in the higher end stuff, there's definitely a chance for autos. That's why I'll probably use it as a mixer. Was there only one pack in here? Oh. Holy. We got Thomas Jefferson stamps of the past. Assuming this stamp's even worth a little bit more than the 3-cent stamp, as it's a 1-cent stamp. Thomas Jefferson going to the Jays. And Mike. I'll have to hit, like I said, it seems like everybody's at least enjoying us in the break other than, well, hopefully we get a D here. If not, Ben, hit me up and we'll talk. We have an Albert Einstein shiny. Refractor, baby. Let's see. There is. I was going to say, I was going to wait till all 4 breaks are done, and anybody that skunks, I was going to put you guys in a random to try to get some stuff back. Only because we don't really know what the list is. But I'm really actually surprised that S didn't hit. I was going to say, I really thought that there'd be more S's. Do a quick recap of all the cards. I'll just go over them real quick. We have Einstein, Thomas Jefferson, Machine Gun Kelly, Einstein again. We have Thomas Jefferson, Grant, Babbage. We're going to have Stonewall Jackson, Henry Ford. We have Ford, Morgan, and Carnegie. Calo. Jefferson. We have JFK. We're going to have Franklin, Lincoln, and Washington. I have FDR. I have Crazy Horse. JP Morgan. Just looks like a crook in his picture. We got Jimmy Carter. We're going to have Enzo Ferrari. We have Tesla, Eisenhower, Geronimo, Washington. Then we're going to have TJ and my Washington and Georgie and Washington. George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. There is no checklist. That's the problem, Billy. I was going to say that's why I had to make the letters and kind of guess. I mentioned that more than once too before. For the higher end products they have a checklist. For this, they don't have a checklist, which is blasphemy. But we have this 6-way airborne, the 2 Wright brothers, Earhart, Hughes, Lindbergh, and Coleman. Then we're going to have the triple relic Jefferson, Adams, and Washington. Then we're going to have the FDR. I think the A's kind of struggle too, which is actually really surprising because you have John and Quincy Adams on top of a couple other guys that have the first name A. Or for last name A, I mean. We have James Madison, Gutenberg, Prince Harry, Ronald Reagan. We have Annie Oakley. We have Austin and his whole... Oh, we have Richard Nixon in there for the ends. Then we got a whole slew at Abraham Lincoln's. We got Ben Franklin, Mozart, Picasso, and Doc Holliday. The ones that have multiple people, I'll figure them out. I'll put you guys all in a group. I'll have to figure those out later. Yeah, I was surprised that the A's didn't do as well as there was some letters where I thought for sure, based on what, like having John Adams, and John Quincy Adams, I was like, well, there's some hits for sure. For the B's, I was thinking that there was James Buchanan. There's a few other guys too that I was like, oh, they have B's for sure. And for the D's, I was thinking of Henry Douglas and a couple other guys. So I'm surprised that some of the letters struggled that did. I will talk if everyone's. I mean, I'm assuming the general consensus is that the product is a product that you guys want to break more of. If that's the case, when I get out of here, I'll send an email to the guy to order more. Which shouldn't be an issue at all. Like they have some of these 2 products for sure. They have some of the higher end stuff too. I didn't want to go too ham on the higher end stuff. Like I found it really interesting, but I was like, well, if we don't like the product, I don't want to go ham on it and like spend thousands of dollars. The company that makes it is called Super Brakes, or Super Brakes. The official company is Super Brakes, but the product is called Super Products Incorporated, is kind of what they go under. But the company name, if you look them up, is Super Brakes. So I know that people like the idea, Jeff, but it's also one of those things like when you open the card, you could like the idea of something and then you open the cards and be like, this isn't what I thought it was. Does that make sense? Which is why I prefaced it with saying I haven't opened any of the cards. The letters, like, we'll tweak them as they go. Like, we'll have 4 breaks to go off of, and if D's and S's and stuff struggle, then we'll have to combine them and maybe condense the list a little bit to where so we can condense the list a little bit to make it just a better experience so that the hits are spread out a little bit more. But I was trying to also keep it as low price as possible, so if it was a product that people didn't like, that no one was breaking the bank on it, if that made sense. But let me get the number 2. I'll see you guys back here in like 10 minutes or so. You'll see, I mean, you're going to see... Oh, you're being a smartass, Billy. I was going to say. You'll see 3 more recaps later, I was going to say. See you guys in a little bit.